Hi, I'm Joe Chili, mornings from 7 to 9 on Buffalo's oldie station, The Big Weck. Joining us on The Big Weck's Buffalo on the Rise today is Darlene McClay, who is with Summit Healthcare Services. I understand now you were a nursing home administrator. Also, you're a certified Medicaid planner, correct?
Yes, I am.
That sounds like a very important position. I mean,
Well, I don't know if it's important, but it is helpful for families.
Because I have to tell you, Medicare, Medicaid, it's like alphabet soup for me. And maybe for some individuals, you have people that just come in to say, specify what the two are. Now, you just work with Medicaid specifically, right?
Correct. We just work with people who are either in or going into nursing homes or assisted living. They are running out of funds, or they have run out of funds, and they need to apply for Medicaid in order to continue to live in the facility.
How long ahead of individuals going in should they do this? Is there such a thing as pre-planning? Should you go in when they're 60? Should you go before that? And I know that there's a look-back period too. You might want to mention that.
Yeah, applying for Medicaid does take a 5-year look back, so it's very time-consuming. You have to collect all of the documents, you have to collect all of the bank statements, the annuity accounts, all the pensions. So our files are quite large, and they take a while to prepare. The problem is that people can't start too early. So we do have people who call us very early and they just want to anticipate, but we don't want to take individuals' money unless we can provide them a benefit. And so you can't qualify for nursing home Medicaid or assisted living Medicaid until you're actually in a facility or going in a facility. So we tell people that that's the time to call us. And even if you have too many funds to qualify for Medicaid, we've been doing this for over 20 years. For probably the first half of it, when people would have too much money, we would basically say, oh, you have to be private pay for another year, and then call us. And they would walk out the door, very confused, very frustrated. And we finally learned that we actually could become certified Medicaid planners, and we could provide a service to these families who have extra money and help them understand what the qualifications are for Medicaid, what resources are exempt, which ones are not exempt, how we can help them become eligible sooner. So our goal is always, when a client leaves our office, they feel very comfortable, they feel very confident, they know they've spoken to somebody who's very qualified. Our organization represents over 1,000 people a year for this benefit. So we're the largest provider, but our services are 100% guaranteed. If you're qualified for Medicaid, we're going to get your loved one Medicaid.
And there are some different types, like maybe you're in home, people want to stay in their home, people go for assisted living, or maybe they have, have to take care of everything, or whatever the case may be. And I understand that the costs of like nursing care or being in a nursing home can be what, $13,000, $18,000 a month?
Yeah, it's going up quite a bit, but I would say the average is probably like between $15,000 and $16,000 a month. So people end up going through their money quite quickly. So we tell people all the time, when you are admitted into a facility or when your loved one is in a hospital and they've told you that they need to go into a nursing home or an assisted living, that's a good time to call us. You can call our offices. We answer the phone. It's not an auto attendant. Somebody will answer it from 8:30 to 4 o'clock every day. And if you have any questions, we're happy to help you out.
If we have viewers that are in other states, do you help out in that situation too?
We do. We started just serving Western New York. Then, since this, as I said, over 20 years ago, we've then grown to go all across the entire state of New York. And now we represent individuals from 12 or 13 states. So if anybody has a loved one who doesn't live in New York and they're in the same situation, they can call us. We can apply in any state in the U.S.
Besides Medicaid, do you provide any other services?
Well, we do Medicaid planning, but our only business is Medicaid. We tell people that Medicaid, it's all we do. So we specialize in it. We answer anybody's questions. So we can help you qualify for Medicaid sooner by doing some Medicaid planning, or if you're ready to qualify, we'll do all the work so you don't have to.
And the other thing that you mentioned, and you mentioned it in your commercials as well, your services are 100% guaranteed. How can you guarantee something, 100%, and what does that guarantee cover?
Well, the interesting thing is that most people who do Medicaid applications for their loved ones on their own, and when I say most, it's pretty close to 50 or 55%, the applications get denied. And they get denied simply because the family is too busy to meet the deadlines, too busy to figure out how to get the documents. So our guarantee is that if your loved one qualifies, we will do all the work. We will make sure that all of the documents are delivered. We will make sure that they're there on time. We'll make sure that the decision that Medicaid provides for your loved one is the accurate decision. So if they qualify, meaning that they are within the resource limit, we will get them Medicaid 100%.
So it really is. I mean, when I think about these kind of things, my hands kind of sweat. You know what I mean? So it really does take a load off the mind of individuals. And then the other thing is, families that are dealing with a situation like this, just as you said, can be so frantic. They don't know where to turn. So you are that place to turn.
We are that place. I would say probably 15 to 25% of our business are families who have either started the process and can't finish it, they're overwhelmed, or they did the process and they got a denial. For no reasons that the person was not qualified, it was for reasons that they didn't fulfill the verification on time. And now you have to start all over. And when you start all over, you miss a lot of times. When you start all over, Medicaid will only go forward. So, if you have an application that was pending for 9 months and it got denied, that's a big bill that's owed for the nursing home. So for most people, when they come to us, they say either, thank you so much, I'm so glad I heard about you, or how come somebody didn't tell me about you when I started this process, because I would have never put myself through this.
Well, we told them a lot sooner today. Darlene McClay, thank you very much from Summit Healthcare Services. For more information and answers to your questions, contact Summit Healthcare Services by calling 716-332-6487 or go to MedicaidBySummit.com. Sponsorship and promotional considerations for the preceding segment was provided by the following.